Hey everyone, it's Jim McFarland, America's Cobbler. Today I'm going to be walking you through taking a golf shoe apart and we're going to convert it into a pair of dress shoes with a wood grain bottom. So without further delay, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now this is an old classic shoe, probably made somewhere in the 80s. And what's real nice about this type of shoe that has age on it like this is when you put that knife in there to go around the stitches, it's kind of dried out, so you can really hear those stitches pop when you're going around there with the knife, and it glides really nice and easy. So, in the garbage. Now, as you can see, they put foam in this, and it's so old, it's just doing what foam does. It just cracks all apart. We'll be replacing that with some good cork. Now, sanding the stitch heads off before we pick them makes it much easier for picking the stitches. Now, I don't use a machine to pick them because it can just wreck the welt. I like to pick them out by hand. A lot of people say, why don't you use hot cork? It's good. Hot cork's different. This is a dry cork. I like it. I've used both. This one's easier to work with, and I don't have to wait for it to dry before I can go to work on it. It's nice and smooth. That's what people used years and years ago with older shoes before the white cork came out. But we're going to have to add a midsole to this, and that's what this is. So we want to rough up everything real good because that helps the glue absorb in really well. This is a lot of people's favorite part, is the gluing process. They always wonder what it smells like. I like it better when we can get long, smooth strokes. It goes on easy and even. This shoe has a really nice steel shank in there, so they just don't make shoes like this anymore. So first step we're going to do here is put that midsole on. Press it on real good. A lot of people like this machine. This is a welt. The welting pliers that are on the machine, it pushes that welt down against the sole, and people love the sound. I'm going to be quiet here. That is a sound that a lot of people really like. And what's making that sound? It's how tight the fiber structure is in the leather. If the leather is not a very good quality, you're not going to hear it as good as what you did in that take. And the fiber structure is very important, as well as determining how long that bottom's going to wear. When the fiber structure is tight, it resists water better. This JR leather sole is the best in the world made. It takes about 8 to 10 months to make a pair of these. It's made with oak bark, 4 different types of bark. makes it naturally water resistant. It will repel water because it is made with water. For barks they use valania, spruce, the regular oak bark, and you have mimosa. These 4 barks together with water make the best tannage for leather that I've ever worked with. This is one of my favorite wheels and tools in the business. It just smooths everything out really good. Now we're going to get ready to make a groove. This is to protect the stitches. I groove this down about 2 millimeters. Now when I stitch this, it's going to protect those stitches until it's about worn out. By the time they wear down to those stitches, it's going to be worn. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the bottom here with some acetone, and we're going to go ahead and do that wood grain finish on the bottom. It dries really fast. It's an alcohol dye. Of course, we're going to have to attach the heel block, so we needed to prep that. It's not so easy stitching one of these with a midsole. You have to go a bit slower because it's pretty thick. You don't want to break a needle or an awl. Of the leather heel bases, so there again we want to just rough those up so the glue sticks better. We like to let it dry about 20 minutes or so, and then it sticks really good. If you try to stick it too soon, not going to work. When it dries, it's almost like a Velcro, but much stronger. You gotta actually glue this leather, not nail it or stitch it, and it would still hold up fine. People say, oh, you're putting these nails in, how do they not go all the way through? We actually measure most of these, like that's probably about 7/8 thickness total. And those nails are 5/8, so there's not even any worry for those going all the way through. But other types of nails will go in and clench, kind of like a staple. They will go down through the inside, hit the metal last underneath, and then bend back up into the shoe. This is called a combination heel, half leather, half rubber. Now this style of combination heel is called a dovetail, because it has that little shape on the back side of it, that black rubber. A lot of people will think, oh, it's just going to be really slippery. Well, remember, the first thing at heel strike is that rubber piece right there. That's what it's designed for. That helps control slipping. Now, you could slide a little bit with the sole on there when it's brand new, but once you've scratched it up, it's not too bad at all. I have very rarely ever noticed a problem with any slipping on a shoe like this. Now, I like brass nails. A lot of people use them. The brass nails are soft enough where they will wear down even with the wear of the leather. And they don't scratch floors like steel. Some of the old steel nails there, they will scratch floors. It's just a conditioner wax just to make it look a little bit nicer on the bottom. We want the finished product to look good. Now, this is an old-fashioned edge ink. It's just made with waxes and in water, and we like to let that soak in real good into the leather. Usually takes about 15-20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes to dry. I'm using my America's Cobbler cleaner. This is a light foam cleaner. It really does a good job getting the light dirt off. There's so many different waxes we use. This is a burnishing wax that goes on the edge of the soles. It's a bit different than the waxes in shoe polish. It's much harder. What we can do is iron it. This is an edging iron that we were using. This is a burnishing wheel. It's made out of leather, actually. And we will mix brown and black together to get a color we call brack, which is like just a dark brown. Then we'll start putting some nice cream polish in there for the final touches. And the cream really conditions it up nice and colors it as well. And this is just a coat of our neutral. That's going to give it a higher shine than the cream polish. We like to buff those guys up really nice. Even the bottoms, we want the customer to see that whole package looking nice and shiny. Of course, some new laces. There we go. Should be good for 20 years. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well as the finished product. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time.